I never imagined that one sentence, just a few careless words, could erase nearly a decade of love, of shared moments, of us. But here I am, sitting alone in the quiet home that used to feel warm, now hollow, because I let frustration speak when my heart should have stopped me. It was an ordinary Thursday, the kind where nothing felt particularly special or different. He came home the way he always did, tie loosened, shoulders heavy. That familiar sigh he released the second the door clicked shut behind him. Jason always carried so much on those shoulders. His job and operations demanded long hours, endless calls, constant pressure. I'd always admired his strength, his quiet determination to keep everything running, not just at work, but for us. But lately, it felt like something between us was wearing thin, like a thread stretched too tight, threatening to snap. That night, I was curled up on the couch, mindlessly scrolling on my phone, hair up, bare face, wearing the old t-shirt that used to make him grin. He walked in and asked what was for dinner. Just a simple question. I shrugged and told him I hadn't felt like cooking. I expected a laugh or for him to suggest takeout. But instead, his tired voice said, "You've been home all day." And that was it. The spark that lit a fuse I hadn't even known was ready to burn. Before I could stop myself, I snapped back. If you earn like Eric does, maybe I'd feel more like cooking. Eric, my ex, the one before Jason, the one with a high-powered job, the expensive car, the cold, empty gestures. I didn't mean it. Not really. But in that moment, I wanted to hurt Jason the way I felt hurt, and I let my pride take the wheel. Jason didn't yell. He never did. That was his way. His silence always said more than shouting ever could. He just stared at me, eyes tired and flat, and said, "Wow." Then he turned and went upstairs. I thought he just needed time. Maybe to cool off. Maybe he'd sleep in the guest room. But when I went up a while later, I found him folding his clothes into a suitcase. My heart dropped. "You're not serious," I said, my voice shaky, almost laughing, as if I could undo what I'd done by pretending it wasn't real. Without looking at me, he said, "I don't want to do this anymore." Because of one stupid comment. I asked, desperate now. He finally met my eyes. It's not just one comment. It's every comment. Every time I felt like no matter what I did, I wasn't enough for you. And that's when it hit me, this wasn't about tonight. It was about all the times I'd made him feel small, made him feel like second best because he wasn't flashy or rich or ambitious in a way that impressed others. I tried to stop him. "Jason, please." I didn't mean it. I was angry. And he said, quiet but firm, "That's the problem. When you're angry, you tell the truth. And your truth hurts." He zipped the suitcase, and the sound had felt like the loudest thing I'd ever heard. "I loved you, Tessa. I really did. But I can't keep trying to be someone I'm not just to make you happy." And just like that, he left. The house felt like a stranger after he walked out. I kept expecting to hear his key in the door, his voice calling out. But nothing came. The silence was heavier than any fight we'd ever had. I waited. I thought he'd cool off, come back, like people do. But one day turned into 2, then 3. And the longer the quiet stretched, the more I felt the weight of what I'd done. I sent him a voice message, hoping maybe if he heard my voice, he'd hear how sorry I was. I told him I didn't mean it. Not really. That Eric might have had money, but he never had what Jason had. The heart, the loyalty, the love. I begged him, just come home. He didn't respond right away. When he finally did, it was a single line. "Asterisk, stop comparing me to your past. I'm not trying to compete with your mistakes." Asterisk. That's when I cried, really cried, because I finally understood. He wasn't angry about the comparison to Eric. He was heartbroken that after everything, he still felt like he didn't measure up in my eyes. And the worst part is, he was right. I had spent so long looking at what we didn't have that I forgot to see what we did. The late night talks, the quiet ways he loved me, the endless ways he showed up, even when I didn't deserve it. It's been weeks now. I heard through someone we both know that he's staying at his brother's place. No other woman, no drama, just space. And that's what scares me most, because it means he's really thinking, really weighing it all, and I can't control what comes next. I miss him. I miss the man who stood by me through everything. The one I took for granted. The one who stayed, even when I gave him reasons to leave. And I'm writing this because maybe you've done the same. Let pride speak louder than love. Let anger drown out what mattered. If you have, fix it. Say the words before the silence becomes permanent. Before you realize too late that some doors don't swing back open. I thought he'd come back, but he hasn't. And maybe he won't.